two fat ladies, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, two fat ladies, isn't it?
That's what it is, two fat ladies.
Yeah, it
What's
always
it called?
reminds me. Go on.
No, I guess it's called. I guess 88 looks like two fat ladies, doesn't it? I was about to ask a stupid question. You saved me. What were you going to say?
It always reminds me of a game we used to play as kids, which I think I spoke about on here many moons ago, where we'd play like fake bingo with houses around the local area. So you'd just basically scream profanity through letterboxes, and it would make no sense. But at the time, we found it hilarious, and we used to film it for our Jackass spin-off series that I did with my friends called Sad Act.
I'd like to watch that. I'd like to watch that now.
I'd love
Have you still got
to
it?
watch that. Nah, I think that's gone down with the Sheffield Supercross 1999 tape.
Oh, mate, I would love to watch the Sheffield Supercross tapes. They're like...
One day, man. One day. Someone's
like,
going to have something.
Someone will.
I've got it somewhere, but yeah.
Have you?
Somewhere, it's probably in the loft. Maybe one day we'll dig that out. We'll see me wobble around the Supercross track. But yeah, we used to open letterboxes and just scream random. So you'd just scream like 72 big fat swan. Like they just make no sense, and then you'd shut the letterbox and run off and think it was hilarious. It was really sad at the time, but it still still warms my heart a little bit now. So it was worth it. So yeah, episode 88, man.
88.
Getting
I'm
up
back.
there now, huh?
I'm back. I'm barely back, dude.
He's back.
I think, it's always a challenge doing a podcast when we're away. And I apologise if I was not with it. It was a proper whirlwind trip that I'd just been on. And when we recorded it, it was in the height of the whirlwind. It's just like day after day of waking up like 5 a.m. and jumping stuff and doing this and that. It was a full-on trip. But it was amazing.
Was it early starts for the light?
Yeah, for the light, yeah. Oh, mate, you'll see when it comes out, whatever it is. When it comes,
whatever it is, yeah.
Shit kept secret, isn't it? Whatever. But yeah, it was amazing. Yeah, really good. I actually there was so many things.
Talk about it a little bit,
mate. So have you been? Where have you been in the Southern Hemisphere? Have you been to New Zealand? Because it was my first time.
Australia, no.
Been to Australia.
I think I did tell that story once. Yeah, I went to New Zealand, but for about 2 hours, I think. Remember I told you... I'm sure I told that story about delivering that package. Yes, you did
smuggling, didn't you?
I did a bit of smuggling while I was in Australia and to New Zealand and back within a day, delivering a package which I was told not to look inside. I'm sure it was nothing sinister.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, when someone says that here's a package, don't look inside, it sort of does suggest that it's sinister. A little bit, doesn't it? It's not going to be like, look, some Cadbury's dairy milk. Oh. You're not going to sell...
I know. Or I like to think it was a roll of camera film, and it was like, don't expose it to the light.
Is that what you... I'm not entirely convinced. That's a nice idea, though.
I think it was pictures.
Yeah, and on the pictures, it's really wholesome pictures. All the pictures are really, really nice. They're from a birthday party, and it was just such a nice day.
Nature, birds,
and it's got some.
And they just wanted to get that.
They just wanted to get it over. I didn't want you to open
to New Zealand.
It. Yeah, totally. I think that makes sense. Yeah. So I guess.
So no, I haven't been to New Zealand properly.
Yeah.
So please.
Well, it was my first time as well, and I think we talked about it before. When everyone bangs on about something, my instant reaction isn't to be like, oh, let's have some of that. Like I've been told by too many people that New Zealand is amazing. You know what I mean? Like when the Inbetweeners came out, everyone banged on about the Inbetweeners. I didn't want to watch the Inbetweeners. When I watched it, it was really good. I've kind of gone through the same thing with New Zealand. It's not that I was exactly turning down offers to go there. Obviously, it's a long way, dude.
A long way.
I show you my stopwatch. Did I show you my stopwatch?
You did, but I'd love to present it on here. So is it literally the other side of the world?
It is
from us, from the UK. Is it literally like the opposite side? That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I've not ever done a flight that. So this was my stopwatch door to door. That is door to door, so that includes the drive to the airport, 20 minutes over in New Zealand, and like all of the waiting around in between flights. But we actually did it the most. So to our audio, that was terrible podcasting. So I just held up the stopwatch that I put on when I left the house in New Zealand, and The stopwatch is 37 hours to... Is it 37 hours? Yeah, 37 hours, 2 minutes and 5 seconds, 0.24.
Wow.
That's door to door.
Wow. It's a long way. Long way, bro. Long way. A lot of travel.
It is
but
a
you
long
were
way,
in...
isn't it?
Did you stop it in... Because I seen you went to America. You went to California for a little bit.
Yeah. We had a layover in LA. So, I mean, we had 45 minutes. We had more than that. We had a layover, but we were just like, please get us out of the airport. And I went to Abbot Kinney Boulevard, which is just like a poncy, pretentious coffee shop place that me and Bren enjoy. We got
Nice.
a cab over there. I mean, it doesn't seem like it's really that worth it, but it was only 20-minute cab, and then you just get 40 minutes hanging out in a coffee shop. It just it breaks up the journey a bit. But I mean, even that layover was pretty. We had the flights were pretty dialed. We had them like down. So nice. 37 hours is just how long it takes, I guess, to go the other side of this globe.
I don't know if that's good or bad. I feel like you say, I feel like it's exactly. It's a long way around it, man. It's I don't know. I feel like a lot of people do that, and it seems to be about on par with what a lot of people seem to be, like 37 hours, 40 hours, something like that. Although it is kind of funny when you see people get stuck. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of cool. It's like 60 hours to get somewhere.
It is funny, isn't it? You know, it made me laugh, right? I specifically remember, like, you know, obviously we've had a load of like Kiwi riders over to specifically my local area because Eddie Masters rides for Pivot, so he comes over to see Bernard. Yeah. Wynn lived over here. Now I've been there, the thought of coming here and having someone show you the riding, and with the enthusiasm that myself and my friends show people the riding around our area, it is like it makes me laugh so much. Like where they live, like well, Queenstown is mental. It is completely mental. You fly in, you got mountains all around you. There's tracks literally that you can see from the airport. It is like mountain biking. I don't know. I'll be interested to hear what our listeners thought, but I feel like a few years ago it was Whistler, right? That was the mountain biking mecca, right? Now I feel like things are flipped up a little bit more. Like I think other areas are considered higher up the rankings.
I agree.
Would you agree? I
agree. Totally. I think Skyline, you know, Rotorua, places like that have really like come on the map, haven't they, as a destination, especially from our area, Europe, to go and go do biking. Definitely.
Yeah, to go and do biking. Let's do a top 5. Let's do a top 5. Okay. So as two blokes sat in their houses in the UK, the snow's pouring down outside. Yeah. Let's give our top 5 spots. And should we try and order them? Or is that too difficult?
You're going to be good at this compared to me, who's not really ridden in that many different countries.
Well, okay, but
we can try.
But you don't have to.
We can more like dream locations.
I think the way to do it isn't to think of what, just from an outside perspective. Because let's be honest, I just went to Queenstown for basically 5 days, and I rode most of that time in one tiny bit of woodland. It wasn't a trip. It was like it wasn't a trip around. I barely got to see anything. I can tell you the stuff I rode one lap of in 3 seconds. You know, I can. Yeah. I rode Fernhill Loop. I rode Rude Rock, whatever it's called. That's it. That's the only trails I rode.
Right.
Other than that, we rode on. Yeah. So
it's probably like what. Not even 1% of all of the stuff out there that you could have ridden.
It's nothing.
If you'd have been there on holiday.
I rode 2 trails.
Just travelling.
I rode 2 trails out of however much there is to ride there. I rode those jumps. Dream Track. I can't remember what it's called. Mate, I am useless. My brain does not remember.
Oh, the one that Brooke built?
No, didn't ride that. They're like in a park.
No?
I mean, it's ridiculous.
All right. The famous dirt jumps, what are they called?
Gorge Road. Didn't ride those. I went and looked at them.
Good. Didn't ride those. No dirt jump bike.
No, I don't know.
Shame.
Real shame. You're
I
telling
feel
me.
like everyone's there at the moment, dude. Every time I open Instagram, someone's riding Gorge Road.
I know, it's ridiculous, isn't it? But what?
Yeah,
I
feel like
forgot what
everyone's
my
there.
point. We were talking about something. I forgot my point. That was it.
Top 5 destinations to do biking.
Right, let's talk. Let's try and think of them off the tops of our heads. It doesn't mean you have to have ridden there, but just from the outside, what are the top 5 spots?
Okay. Should we go for the easy money first?
You go first. Yeah.
Okay, we'll go for the easy money first. The big W. I think Whistler's still going to be up there just because of the history. Yeah, because of people just want to go, they want to ride A-line and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm going to go. I actually think, although this is in no particular order, I think these are at the pointy end. We'll go most obvious. I think Queenstown is. I think Queenstown has become, certainly in the last few years, and with the inclusion at Crankworks for however many years. But I think Queenstown has to be, doesn't it?
Yep, I agree. So that's there. I'd say they are probably the 1 and 2 that everyone would choose.
I don't know which order.
I think they're the 1 and 2. So this is where we start getting a little bit towards the more deep end, where there's more options. But you're going to be good at this. But I'm going to say, just because the great job you and some of your friends and stuff has done as well, I'm going to have to say Madeira.
It's snuck in there, hasn't it? It's certainly on the tip of my tongue, absolutely.
I'd say Madeira, maybe.
Yeah, Madeira has become, if you're talking about top 5 places to tick off on your like mountain biking bucket list, I think Madeira is actually, it's on there. Maybe it's debatable depending on where you are. Obviously, we're from Europe, so I would say the Alps. I mean, the Alps are like undoubtedly just Leger, Morzine, Port de Soleil. I think that is like you have to see it, don't you?
I think so. I think that's one that every biker has to tick off, especially because you can get a bunch of some World Cup tracks in as well, some big enduro-y cross-country loops or whatever we call them. Just a nice vibe by the looks of things.
Absolutely. What's another one?
You know what seems to be sneaking in there would be something like Oaxaca. Is it or not? Or is it not? Is that not on it? Or is that more of a culture?
Where is that? Where is Oaxaca? Is it a restaurant?
Oaxaca. Mexico.
Oh.
Mexico.
You are right, actually. Yeah.
Do you think? I think I am right.
Well, I see more and more of it. I think there's still other places that I would put above it, as in terms of like mountain bike meccas. We're probably missing a really obvious one, I think. I worry.
Yeah, I think we probably are as well.
I think there's like places like Moab, I would say, would go above Oaxaca and Mexico.
True.
You know, like Moab has those like big red rocks. I'm not saying it is in the top 5, but I'm just saying it's like one of those spots, isn't it?
Have you visited Snowshoe?
No.
I feel like that could be up there quite easily.
Okay, so we did top 4. We did top 4.
Know.
I think our top 4 was pretty good.
We've got top 4.
Yeah. We got top 4.
I think the listeners should choose top. The listeners should choose number 5.
Need to help us, basically.
Yeah. Comment it below. Number 5.
Please.
Where's number 5 on your bucket list?
It's
or
true,
number
though,
1 for,
like
for
Queenstown.
For some people.
Queenstown's up there, isn't it? Queenstown is up there. Yeah. And so it should be. The riding is unbelievable. Like that. Yeah, it is. It really did blow my mind. Just how much there is and how much freedom there is. Do you know a little thing that got me thinking? I spent a long time thinking about this whilst I was out there. Because it's easy to go out there and just be like, well, this is the best place, you know? Like, there's riding everywhere. It's like widely considered it's like a normal mainstream sport there. There's jet boats going down the river, V8 jet boats. There's like motocross tracks on like beaches. There's like, you can drive your 4x4 up into the hills and camp. It's just like really outdoors, stunningly beautiful. There's not litter everywhere. It just like somehow seems like they've got it right. There's dirt jumps there, you know? Right. There's fucking helicopters going up here. Yeah. There's people enjoying themselves here. It's just like, it just seems like they've nailed it. And I was like, all right, but why? So I'm from a city near it's called Guildford. It's where I used to live, actually. So Guildford is really near me. And me and Bren were like, I wonder what the population is of Queenstown. So Queenstown population is, I was expecting it to be more than Guildford. It is a third of what Guildford is. So it's 50,000 people. Guildford's 150,000 people when I Googled it. But it made me think, like, maybe the answer is sparsely populated places. And when you've got somewhere like Queenstown that is like not only really sparsely populated, like there's not, or not sparsely, but like there's not that many people there, and a higher percentage of the people that are there are into the great outdoors. That's why it works. That's why it feels great.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Interesting observation, dude. Really like that. Yeah, really like it. Yeah, so obviously the culture and everything's going to lean that way.
Exactly, dude. Yeah, so it's
is that
less
what you're trying
people,
to say? Yeah, so it's
less
just going to
people
lean
and then
that
more
way.
likely
It's
to
just
be
gonna...
into stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously it's that cycle probably as well, as like the more people are into it, the more businesses open around it, the more tourism comes in for that stuff, and it's just this snowball effect of culture and outdoors lifestyle and biking and no doubt there's loads of hiking and running and mountaineering and this and that, and that is interesting. But obviously what does play into it is the fact that it's got mountains though. Like if Guildford had mountains around it, it might be a different story.
No, you are quite right. Obviously, the geography of a place is very important, like that, how it's actually, but still there's an element of it that's fucked, because Queenstown, like some of the restaurants weren't even open. I don't think we're in high season, I don't really know, but basically what's happened is the house prices have gone up so much that people with lower paid jobs, like, you know, people working in serving in restaurants, doing those things, can't afford to live there, and it's kind of not really close to anything. So if there's no affordable housing, every house is 2 million quid. You sort of end up with your own set of issues. I found it so interesting because I'm like anyone. I'm very I find it very easy to like criticize something without really knowing what a solution is. And ultimately, there's no free lunch. It's not just like, oh, it's just better, they've got it worked out. It's not. It's fucking really hard to get it right. Yeah. Like, it certainly seems like they got it right out there, but then you hear there's problems everywhere you go. Restaurants can't open because there's
totally, and it
houses are too much.
So, dude, I've been and lived that as well. I remember, being in California a lot, and you have that same mentality. You're just like, well, this is it. It's perfect. It's got everything I want. It's got snowboarding, biking, moto, etc. But when you actually go and live there and try to live there, you realise maybe it's not it, because house prices are so expensive, so you have to live further away, so you have to drive to the place to do the fun stuff. And I feel like this is a problem going on almost everywhere, even in our country. Like, house prices are so expensive now. I wouldn't like to be, I'm 36 now, but I wouldn't like to be 20-year-old me trying to get a mortgage at the moment, because, interest rates have gone up. Just housing in general seems to be expensive. Like, it's just, and obviously I hate the idea of just living to pay a mortgage. But I guess, it's one of them. It's like people are going to gravitate towards those more fun places as well, which pushes it up even higher.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It's just like, what is the answer? It's so difficult because any criticism.
Where do you think it's got it right? It must be a place
I don't know.
You've visited.
I don't know because
there's a slight delay, isn't there, in this?
There is a slight delay. Yeah, I have absolutely no idea. I think like, it's mega difficult because it's easy to visit a spot and just enjoy it for what it is, because you're on holiday almost. You're there for
tourism mode's so different.
Yeah. Even your towels get washed.
You're literally seeing the highlights.
Your bed gets made. It's like
you're literally seeing the highlights of a place.
Yeah.
And no doubt, again, you can do that where you live. Someone could come on holiday to the Surrey Hills and be like, oh my God, amazing. Same with the Peak District where I live. People come on holiday and you forget about that because you live here. Like, you forget that there's people that come here on holiday and want to stay in the little villages and do this and that. And you just totally forget because you live there.
Yeah.
But I think it's an important lesson, obviously, to just, enjoy where you do live and make the most out of where you do live. Because although I agree with you. That place has got more, but there's ways you can just have a better existence. You don't have to. I don't know, man. This is probably a deeper conversation, but you don't always have to be saving to go on holiday to get away from where you live. I think it's important to try and make where you live and the friends that you have around you the best that you can. Like what you guys do in the down south. You guys have got a great crew, and it's like you've got stuff to do because you've made things to do as well.
Yeah, it's sort of within, isn't it? Hey, I tell you what. Let's go to an ad break because I think we need to reset this recording software, and we'll be back.
Should we do a click?
Just a minute. You do a click. Go on.
Okay, I'll do a click.
Yeah.
Click.
This is our first AG1 Athletic Greens advert. Together in person.
Optimised.
And to celebrate, we're going to show you how you make one.
Yeah, we are. Yeah,
but first, we should go through the points, right?
Definitely, we should go through the points, and then we can use this as inspiration.
Okay, so
this is literally how it works.
So we got to talk about us.
But it's really easy with this product because I genuinely do use it every single day.
Likewise.
The mornings don't feel optimised without a scoop of Athletic Greens.
It's completely become part of my daily routine.
That's beautifully done, mate.
Yeah, nice one. Okay, I'll do the next point.
Yeah.
Our mission is to empower people. Instead of people, I'm going to put companionship. Our mission is to empower the companionship to take ownership of their health with a simple daily habit. Yeah. What makes you stick to a habit? And how have you made AG1 a part of your life?
I'm loving how it makes me feel, mate. And my days are genuinely better after I've had Athletic Greens. Knowing that you've taken 75 different vitamins, minerals, and whole food ingredients. Yeah. Before your eyes are even awake and like before you're still wiping.
Because you have to take it on an empty stomach, right? You have to take it on empty. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So I do.
It's literally first thing in the morning, get it done. That's how it's become part of the habit.
Do you do it before brushing your teeth or after?
I actually do it before. Is that gross? Okay, you go with the scoop guy. So that's
and then you do a travel pack, and then we can show our beautiful companionship exactly how you do this.
Exactly, yeah. So that's a month's worth in that.
It's a month's worth in here. Isn't it?
Yeah, I keep that in the fridge. I keep all of it in the fridge.
I don't keep it in the fridge, but
it's better for it.
Cold up north.
There you go. You don't need to.
I do.
Don't need to.
All right. Okay. Do you want to do yours first, or should we do it at the same time?
Let's do it at the same time because it's cute, and also because it's mainly audio. This is going to encourage people to go to the YouTube video to see us make it.
Okay. The highly
technical
drink made.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I like. Oh,
here we go.
The spoon's amazing.
Hey, by the way, I'm currently using the travel pack. You've got 30 days worth in there. Yeah. I'm currently using the travel pack. Now, when people sign up using our code, they actually get 5 of these, and they're very useful for when you're on the road, because once this is a part of your routine, you don't want to stop it.
Exactly.
Even if you're on the move.
Beautifully said.
Thanks.
Okay, so you're just gonna put yours in. I'm just gonna
put mine in. That's a portion there. That's a portion measured out into a bag, and yours is a portion in a
scoop. Yeah, pretty much.
Yes, that's really good.
Just wanted to give a shout out to the lovely container too, and the spoon.
Oh, it doesn't feel high quality.
The spoon's so nice.
Yeah.
So,
what do you do next?
Exactly. I just wanted to ask you.
Okay. Well, I actually like to just start things off with a little bit of swill.
Ooh.
Is that called a swill?
Yeah, that's nice.
Or circular motion. Depends which part of the world I'm in to which way it spins, because sometimes if I'm in the other hemisphere, it actually goes the other way. So that's just completely dependent on my location.
And then you go a bit of more of an aggressive one.
Yeah, and then I go with the aggressive one. Obviously, the location is important. Yours is actually spraying out and hitting me a little bit, but that's fine.
Oda AG1.
Yeah, the location is important because I've got the travel pack, whereas your direction is less important. What do you think
the ideal location to drink an AG1 is?
Right where you are right now.
Beautiful. Okay, should we have a...
Yeah, have a take. Oh, wait. Undo the lid.
Yeah.
But then... Also, if you sign up using our code, you get a year's supply of vitamin D, which is very relevant at the moment because, as you can see in the background, it's very dark and a little bit dingy on this building site. So I'm just going to give you a little drop.
Nice.
That should replace the sunlight that you're not getting.
Okay.
On a cold winter day.
Put this back in, or do you just go with it?
Let's do a bit more because we like this bit anyway, don't we? Now the taste test. There's no point in taste testing. I have it literally every day. It's delightful. Cheers. Thanks AG1. Thanks Athletic Greens. The link is in the description.
Cheers.
Right.
We're gonna have a little bit. I feel like the ad read would be better now. I've had some of that.
Long ad now, innit? Yeah, it probably would have done. We should have drank it first.
AG1 is so much more than a greens powder. It's
all of your key health products in one. And that's one thing I love about it. No more massive supplement drawer, man.
Yeah.
I used to have them all racked up there, all of the different ones, whereas now it's just boom.
Literally that.
It's that.
Done. And that.
All that.
If a comprehensive solution is what you need from your supplement routine, then Athletic Greens is giving you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. Go to athleticgreens.com/ride companion. What address is that, Davey?
athleticgreens.com/ride companion. That's athleticgreens.com/ride companion.
And check it out.
What an ad read.
There we go. That was a really good ad read.
My
I'm
favourites.
amazed now. I think that now the delay has stopped, hasn't it?
It seems to have. Who knows?
Hard to tell. Do you know? I've really noticed. It's a funny thing recording podcasts, isn't it? Because you notice how much like little things matter like that. Like that small delay can completely ruin flow of conversation.
Yeah. Apologies for the first 20 minutes of that, folks. We're back in the game by the looks of things now. That little is literally a millisecond. But I dare anyone out there to try talking to someone with a millisecond delay. It's really difficult.
We normally only get it with guests. Normally we only get it with guests, and where there's
that's the first time we've had it just
screens.
me and you. So
what can you do?
We'll move on.
I feel like companionship are in for the long haul now. By this point, they've sat through quite a sort of a number of horrific episodes. So.
I think so. Yeah, maybe, mate. Yeah, we got a real true fans. I was watching a great little documentary the other night. This isn't my watching at all, but Emma and I watched it. It's Louis Theroux interviewing. He heard of Youngblood, the singer.
Mhm.
It's Northern.
I've seen it. Yeah.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
It reminded me of the companionship a little bit because his fans are like.
Oh yeah, he's got like. Yeah.
Dedicated.
He's well interested. Dude, I had never even heard of the bloke before that. I'm really head in the sand with stuff. I just, really not connected to popular culture in any way.
No.
I feel like. Might be good to dabble a little bit. You've become a dinosaur real quick, don't you?
Yeah, I'm not familiar with him really at all. Emma went to see him. He played the Sheffield Arena a few weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
So she went there. And then before that she was like listening to a lot more of his music and just trying to get a bit of a vibe for what it is. Oh yeah, he's an interesting kid, like super interesting kid. I mean, what an amazing fan base he's built, and coming from a little town in Doncaster, which is pretty cool. Like, a little place in the UK. Doncaster has made it really big in the States. Just interesting, like looking at that the fan base, right, and how ride or die fans can be and how important they are, because you can see from someone like him, even though he's a megastar, multi-millionaire now, no doubt, when he started talking about fans, it was like emotional, and it's a very different, there's levels to the game, but whenever I see anyone out who's like, oh, the podcast, it like makes me like, oh, fucking hell, like that's amazing. And it's happened, it's been happening more recently. It's been happening quite a bit more like just out riding and stuff. You bump into people who want to talk to you and stuff, and it always like gets me a little bit, it really does.
Yeah, absolutely.
In a nice way.
Absolutely, yeah. The I was out with the Flux Trail homies. Shout out to the Flux Trail homies. I don't know how much I'm allowed to talk about my trip to New Zealand, so that's why I tread tentatively. You know what I mean? Yeah. But they listened to the podcast anyway. They said they'd listened to the podcast, and they said I was just thankful. I was like, thanks for putting up with it.
Apologies, like you're like, oh, sorry.
Yeah, exactly. And we talked about that, cool. About saying sorry. Me and about Have we talked about that? I don't know. I think we spoke about it briefly. Yeah. So this is a little thing. Like me and my mum, when we walk our dog, our dog's a thug. Like she stamps on dogs, and she's very big and exuberant. And it's very easy to fall into the trap of always. It's just like offering a sorry the whole time. Like just you feel like you're just walking around saying sorry to everyone, and after a while it makes you feel like if you're sorry to everyone, there's an inherent feeling of like bad with doing something wrong. With an apology normally comes after you've done something wrong or wronged someone. Yeah. So if you keep saying sorry, you actually end up feeling bad. This is a theory of mine, all right?
I like that, man. It's like self-talk. Right? It's like self-talk, isn't it? It's like if you're always talking down to yourself in your own head, you start feeling that way, right?
Dude, exactly. This is what when you talk about being positive. Like, this is like the simplest form of it. So anyway, we're walking the dog. So we've like said we're not going to say sorry, and that's the aim. So then the next person we come up to, they might move to the side because they want to be away from the dog. Then you say thanks, and being thankful. It's another form of it. Being thankful for something is good. It's nice. It's a more positive thing. But being thankful is like they've done something for you, so you should be thankful. So thanks is better. It's better than sorry, but you're still thanking someone for their action there, or thanking them for putting up with us and our stupid big dog, right? Then the next level to the game. So then I was like, stop saying fucking thank you, mum. Stop fucking saying thank you. It's pissing me off. All they did was stood to the side. They didn't even need to. They could have just walked past us. Don't be thankful. Just say hello.
Nice.
So when you say hello, then you're like leveling the playing field. So I think that's what it is. It's like you're putting that person there. When you're saying sorry, you're down here. To our audio listeners, this is a horrific moment. You're putting yourself
basically
below
one hand above the other.
Yeah. When you're saying thankful, that hand moves up a bit. You're a bit closer. But you're still putting them above. You're still thankful to them. Oh my God, thanks so much for thanks so much for putting up with me. And then by just saying hello, you're just on a plane. Now I've used this when I'm riding as well. Ride down a path. Someone moves to the side. You might say sorry. I would have used to have said sorry. Then I started saying thank you. And now I'm just saying hello. And I promise you it works. It makes you feel better. You put yourself on the same plane. You're not sorry for something that you're not really sorry about. You're not thankful for
British
something that you wish they wouldn't do. Yeah, it is.
You're just a British
You're just saying hello. You're just two people. We're just two hairless apes walking through the woods doing our different leisure activities. Yeah, I just thought it was interesting anyway.
Mate, it's funny you say that. Like, I really struggle to walk past somebody and not say something. That's the thing. Yeah. So I think so rather than maybe say hello, sometimes I will just say, oh, thank you, or sometimes I will say sorry, especially if I'm with the dog. Sorry. But there's like, I can't not say anything because I feel really bad. You know, I can't, like, if it's the morning, I can't not say morning. If I just walk past somebody, it'll be like, I'm a bit weird like that. It'll be in my head and I'll be like, I've got to go back. Like, I don't know, and tap the person on the shoulder and be like, morning.
I know exactly what you mean. I just feel like it's like you go through a lifetime, and if every single time you go past another person on a path, which in a lifetime is a load of times, if every single time you say sorry, or if every time, you know, in life, if you say sorry so much, elements of it are nice. I understand that, and they're like, you know, you're sort of like self-apologetic, but ultimately you can't just spend your whole time on the earth being sorry about something. You got to fucking
Also, if we're looking at it as like we're trying to promote biking and accessibility, you don't want to always be saying, it's not like you've done anything wrong. You're saying sorry, like you say, you're saying sorry all the time. And I guess everyone then associates with bikers have been like, oh, they're saying sorry because they shouldn't be here, or they shouldn't be doing this, they shouldn't be going that fast, they shouldn't be that loud. You know, they shouldn't be on an electric bike because people think that they're like really dangerous or like destroying woodland.
And the other thing about it, absolutely. So whether it's with the dog or whether I'm on my bicycle, both of the reactions that you get from other people, from the comparison that is best between sorry and hello. A cheery hello will get a cheery hello back. A sorry will get the person will feel in hindsight as if they have been wronged and they're due a sorry. Like, no worries, you know. So it's like it does mean something. Maybe I'm being stupid. It's just an experiment that I did. But I think if you go through life being too sorry, I don't mind being a bit of a steamroller every now and then. Try and be thankful when I need to be. Try and be sorry when I need to be. But like, we're all
maybe if you come down a trail and there's someone, maybe if you come down a trail and there's someone stood there, you can be like, oh, sorry. But definitely just around your daily business, there's nothing to be sorry for. We're out, like you said, enjoying our own leisure activities, and that's just what it is.
You're quite right. It's worth me pointing out. Yeah, it's worth me pointing out that absolutely,
there's levels.
I'm sorry when I need to be sorry. I think the example I was trying to give was like the perfect example is with the dog, because we're just sorry the whole time with the dog because she's big and ultimately because people are scared of her. It's not really because she's doing anything wrong. She's just big and happy. So it's like, I only mean sorry when you know, obviously if I squirt ketchup on you, I'm going to be sorry about it. I'm not going to go, hello. Hello.
That would be kind of funny.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've got a good, I've spent a really, really long time sat in a chair watching.
Ugh.
So my watching this week,
Consuming.
I think is really good. And I mean, like, my watching is like, it's Oscar winning. So probably everyone listening is just like, oh my God, he's got his head in the sand. He's so boring. He just says stuff like, it's like Uncle Dickhead. He just says stuff like fucking years after it was popular. And he says it like he invented it. I think I'm one of those guys. But it's called Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Have you heard of it?
Everything? No, I haven't. Everything, Everywhere. I'm writing it down. I am actually writing it down.
Everywhere, All at Once.
Okay.
Now,
and what is it?
I absolutely loved this film. I'm gonna do a shit job at explaining it. Shouldn't swear.
Okay.
Come on. But so instead, I'm gonna read the overview.
Nice.
Is
On
that a good
IMDb.
idea?
Yeah.
I'll do IMDb. Let's do that. Let's do that. But I'd really recommend watching it. I mean, anyway, who knows? It's subjective. Some people might really hate it, but I really, really enjoyed it. A middle-aged Chinese immigrant is swept up into an insane adventure in which she alone can save existence by exploring other universes and connecting with the lives she could have led. Now, that makes it sound really sci-fi and stupid. What I got from it was completely different. It was like, without spoiling it, I reckon for me the whole thing was just about like self-awareness and people struggling, depression, how everyone is. It's just about the human condition. I really, really loved it. I thought it was so good. Been a long time since I watched a film where I've just been like, whoa.
Okay. Yeah. And where does this film get found? Where can we watch this film?
I think it might still be. When was it? It was.
Is it a new film?
Plane. Yeah, I think it's pretty new. I think it is. Doesn't really say on here. Does
it not? Hang on. Everywhere.
It should do, shouldn't it? It should do.
Oh yeah, 2022 it came out, dude. Yeah.
22.
Okay. Got Jamie Lee Curtis in it. Okay. Ke-Huy Quan. All right. It's got some heavy hitters in there. James Hong.
Yeah, it has. Yeah. Oh, mate. I thought it was so good. It actually looks like it's still available at some cinemas. Yeah.
Yeah, it does. All right.
I loved it. Okay. Anyway, yeah, it was May 22, so it's not that new.
It's a new film. So they had it on the movie thing on the plane.
Yeah, it was new to me. It was best out of all the shot that I watched on the plane. Anyway, it was by a long stretch the best.
Has your plane tactic changed recently? Sorry, we keep talking over each other again. Is your plane tactic changed recently, or are you still trying to stay awake? What do you do at the moment? You're in between, right? So something we probably haven't spoken about. So you've just come back from New Zealand. We're recording this on Thursday, so 6 days before it's even going to come out. You're home for a few days, and then you're off to Mexico. And at the moment, you're basically just living free. There's no sleep schedule. There's no wake schedule. You're just sleeping when you want to sleep, and awake when you're awake. Is that accurate?
It's really, really difficult to know what to do because New Zealand's so far, but I think the time difference isn't as crazy. It's like 2 hours different from Mexico, where I'm next going. So really, ideally, I should have flown straight from New Zealand to Mexico because it would have saved a load of air miles, a load of fuel, a load of time. But I had to come home. They're two separate things. They're not connected. So yeah, I don't know what to do. If I'm honest, I have no clue what to do because I'm back here for like 2 days, and it's like I should just sleep when I feel tired, I guess. And then
there's
no point in
like
trying to fix jet lag. Yeah.
No, there's no point. You just go with it until you get back out there or get on the plane and then catch up on your sleep.
There's no way it's good for you. I mean, I reckon you'd die if you did this too much. It's not good for you.
Yeah,
at
like
all.
air
You feel
hostess,
completely fucked.
pilots and stuff, it's fucked. It's horrible. It's not natural at all to be going across time zones all the time and then being off schedule. It's not healthy.
How do they deal with it? I actually have no idea. How do pilots deal with jet
I wonder what the
lag?
schedule looks like for a pilot. If anyone's a pilot, can you reach out and let us know what does your schedule look like? Is it like a one big flight and then a week off? If so,
I feel like they must have to.
It's a good
because
job
it'd be
anyway.
so bad for you, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's good for you at all doing that. I mean, anyone that I've heard talk about jet lag basically always says about wherever you go and get there and get a workout in, get acclimatized that way by get some sweat out and.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that seems to be the way. I don't know. I don't think there is a perfect solution, is there? You're always going to feel it because at the end of the day, your body doesn't know where it is. So it's such a strange thing.
I think it's the circadian rhythm that's there's loads of theories on it. There's one theory about eating at the time of, like eating is the big thing. So you should just continue. So for instance, I went to New Zealand for a really short period of time. If I just continued to set alarms and eat when the meals were, there's the theory that you can beat jet lag through that. So breakfast. I think it's all stupid. I think that there's no way around it other than going to bed and time. Unfortunately, going to bed and
just time will heal it. Yeah, definitely.
Because your circadian rhythm is so important, and I think I have no idea how pilots deal with it, but there you go.
There you go. That's actually interesting. I can't remember what we're talking about. Sorry.
I'm going to be in Mexico soon.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's what we're going to talk about. You're going to Mexico. Can we do? Can we have some reporting from Mexico from Ollie? Can we have some sort of
Absolutely,
day in the life from the build? Like that'd be super sick if we could see that on the podcast Instagram. That'd be great.
I mean, the ideal would have been to actually have your boy Davey out there with us. But he's coming to the next one instead.
Yeah,
he's promised.
I'm coming to the next one instead. I've got a bit going on this month, so yeah, it wouldn't have been feasible.
I'm only fucking around. But too right. I'm going to bring my mic out, my computer. We should be able to do a Mexico edition or two. I really hope so anyway, because by the time this podcast comes out, I'm going to be deep in the mix. I'm going to be on the build. So I'm away for the rest of the month. So I need to, we're going to have to do some Mexican ones.
So you're away for 3 weeks, is it?
Yeah, I'm away till the 30th. I come back. So this has been a tough. This is two nights in my own bed in this month.
Yeah.
Not.
How does it feel?
Like listen to him talk. Terrible.
But it's still like being away from home. Just still like it's still a thing. It doesn't matter where you're going and what you're doing. You're still away from home.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You're still away from your girlfriend and the house renovation you're doing. Like it's still a thing, dude. Do you feel anything like weird about it at the moment, or are you? I don't know. Like you excited to go, or are you a bit like meh? Kind of be nice to. I mean, real talk, man. We do real talk on the podcast. Like, has it changed over the last few years?
You can't do real talk. You can't because imagine what sort of the problem is, and it's something that I don't have because of. It's easy to look at other people's lives and just be like, it's so that's what I want. It's so easy to. It's just the reality is different. And I'm not saying that I'm completely blessed and absolutely love it, but the people that would talk shit at you the most would be the ones that would deal with your life the worst. That's for sure. That's all I'd say.
I like that.
I mean, I couldn't be happier. It is a lot.
Good.
You can't argue it's not a lot. It is a lot. And just little things like I actually honestly think that I struggle to talk about it without sounding like a cock. But what I think is your life, I find it does matter because you just sound like an arsehole. And I don't mean it like that. I'm quite self-aware. I'm really aware that I'm very lucky to get to go away and do all of these things. So whenever I talk even remotely badly on something, it's not because I don't realise I'm very lucky and I'm very fortunate, because I am. But like, there's just things that you don't. Everything. There's no free lunch. That's literally all I mean. All of that gibbering and nonsense. There's no free lunch.
I've been like really considering this stuff recently, because I think I've been going through something, and I don't, this isn't about like it's not really like I'm going to struggle to explain this myself, but like I hope this might relate to people out there. So I think post pandemic as well, everything has changed in my life. Well, not everything, a lot's changed in my life. And I think it's only just starting to catch up, where I'm starting to realise, like, so I had this vision a while ago of like how I wanted things to go, right? So if you unpack and go back towards just before the pandemic kicked off, my life was on the road 5 days a week, driving like an idiot, really busy all the time, quite stressed, anxious probably a little bit, and I had the podcast going, and I was looking after these brands. I had like a lot on my plate. And then through the pandemic, like a lot of people, it was a chance to sit back, to look at everything and go, right, what do I actually want to do? And where is like my future in work, business, whatever it could be. So then obviously I started chopping things out. Like, I don't need that anymore, so that can go. The podcast, which is obviously a massive part of my existence, takes up a lot of my time and your time, our time, changed a lot. So that like added more, not more, but like it just made things really different. Like, if I think back to how I was 3 years ago to what this is now, my work day in particular is really different. Like, I'm not as busy as what I used to be, but with that comes weird thoughts, weird emotions, right? Like, I have quite a lot of spare time these days if I want it. Like, I've got it. But you have to know what to do with that spare time. Otherwise, you feel guilty for having it. That's what it's all of a sudden just started hitting me the last sort of few weeks properly. I've been like, is this like a bit of a midlife, not a midlife crisis, but like maybe midlife crisis? Or I just think at the moment, I need to like stop, really like reflect and be like, right, where's everything going again? Because I'm quite a sort of goalie guy. I'm quite a sort of like, I like things planned out, but I feel like at the moment, like I've really stepped into the unknown. I don't know if you spoke about this on here, but like I used to work for Red Bull Spect, having the sunglasses. I used to run that, so that's gone. I had to get rid of that because I just need more bandwidth to do this stuff. So, and it's like all of a sudden, life, work, everything is just so different to what it was a few years ago, that it's almost like I've had an awakening of like, fuck, like this is actually where I want to be. This is the path that I set out for myself. These are the goals that I wanted to do. I wanted to be able to, not be working 70-hour weeks. I wanted to only work when I felt like I wanted to work. And I've kind of got there. But like I said, with that comes a lot of like weird feelings around it, of like feeling guilty. Like if I go to the gym in the afternoon at 2:00, I'm like, oh, I shouldn't be here. I should be behind my laptop. And it's a very strange thing to get your head around, and I think it's only just really hit me properly, to be honest.
I think
it's like a feeling of contentment as well. A feeling of contentment is very difficult, because I'm struggling to. This is like, I'm perfectly happy. I'm so happy. It's almost you feel guilty for being like it. Does that make sense?
Oh, I think so much. I would imagine that a lot of people like listening would as well. I think like it comes down to there's just something in momentum, and the same goes for me. Like when I look back at what I found an old calendar. Here it is. Found this old calendar, and in it had all of my trips lined up, and I look at it and I'm like, oh my goodness, that's what I used to be. I've done years like that, like manically saying yes to everything. And there's something in momentum. So you just keep going after something as hard as you can. And you keep saying yes to stuff, and you keep doing more and more and more and more and more. And before you know it, actually, you're so far removed from what you're talking about. But what you're talking about ultimately ends you in a better spot, because you're doing what you want. and you're just staring into the abyss because it's a position of luxury. It's brilliant. It's amazing. It's like you're looking inward because you have that space. You have like space to think and to like think about actually what it is you're doing. It's like I think it's great.
Mate, I'm very, like you were saying, I'm very blessed to be in this, whatever this position is right now. Like, there's no flash cars, big houses, like, there's none of that. But it's time, and that's one thing that I've always wanted to work towards, with having time and freedom, right? But
it's amazing.
what it is as well is, I think, the way that I've got a really good work ethic, as you hopefully have discovered. Like, I'm pretty, like, if I'm doing something, I'm on and I'm in it, and I'll really work hard. But that work ethic for me used to look like getting up super early, driving around, seeing all these bike shops, doing all these presentations, but now that work ethic is still really there, but it's a very different work ethic. It's very much like, right, it's more of like a digital work ethic, really. It's more of like it's like a assess, move forward, take a break again. And I've like learned that, and I'm really proud of it, but at the same time it's really confusing because it's so different to what I have been all of my life, where it's been like you were saying with your calendar, it used to be fly here, go there, drive here, business over in another country, selling a vehicle in that country. Like, and now everything's really slowed down. But if you're not really self-aware and you don't have the capability to assess it and realize what's going on, I think I can get caught up quite often in like, well, I'm just not doing anything with my life. I'm just sat around. And it's like, no, like this, you've got to this point because of all of those little changes along the way.
I mean, it's good that you have. I mean, I think it's great that we all have this sort of like. What's great about biking, because you can work in. Not saying everyone works in this digital space, but if you do a job like that, I think there is something weird. There's something that you need something physical we're animals, aren't we? So. Yeah, and I think as soon as you take that away, I think there's a weirdness. There is for me anyway.
I don't know if this is true either, and this is, and I really don't want this to sound like arseholey, like you were like. I don't want it to sound anything other than it's purely an observation that I've had recently. It's like with the podcast and all of the stuff that we do with it, and I sent you that PDF the other a week ago or something. I was like, oh, look at this! Like, these are some ideas I've got for what else we can do. Like this, that's great, but also what's quite hard sometimes is that if you're doing something like that and you're almost carving out a new path because, okay, this is going to sound really arseholey, but no one else is doing it, so it's like there's no one to relate to, so you can't go, oh, let me just call my mate. He's got a business which is really similar to what we do, or I do. What this is, I don't have anyone because there isn't anyone really. There's a few people, don't get me wrong, like Jace at Gypsy Tales, but. That thing that I sent you, that is like way bigger than what I see anyone doing. So so if you want to work towards that, you've got to be really clear in your own thoughts of like, this is what I'm doing, but it's almost like stepping into the unknown again. So you're self-doubting all the time. You're almost like, oh, I don't know if this is the right idea. Like, I'm not doing anything, but it's like, no, I've done the planning and like I know where it wants to be. It's just going to take a lot of time to get there. It's a really weird headspace at the minute, to be honest. It's good, it's super positive, and everything's going in the right direction. But it's when you don't see like you're saying, you don't see like a physical end goal. Like, I have moved that dirt from here to there. This is more of like a plan, try and execute, speak to, like, it takes ages, but I don't know. I've gone all over the place there. It's really hard to.
No, I know what you're saying. There's something honest and satisfying about that. What you just said, moving that bit of dirt from there to there. There's something really like honest and satisfying about that. Yeah, it's like tangible, isn't it? I'd actually, it would actually be interesting to hear how people, because I see some people's jobs and I don't know what, I'm too stupid to know what it is that they do, and like. A lot of jobs are essentially like emailing and organising things, and they're really important jobs. But as someone who just like, I have to have like moving the dirt for me, or I would get more job satisfaction. I'd be interested to hear like different jobs. What even is job satisfaction? It's interesting, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Yeah,
dude, I've just this afternoon. I walk to the gym. It's snowing. It's freezing fucking cold outside. I don't know if it's the same down south, but it's bloody cold. So I walk to the gym, and they're doing some like electrical work, I guess, under the ground or something, or some gas mains or something like that. So there's a load of trucks and there's people, and they've got high vis on, and they're digging holes, and they're like really grafting. And I just had that moment again of being like, would I rather be doing that and see job satisfaction and work 8 till 3, whatever, or am I in a better position here? Obviously, I feel like I am personally, I'll be honest, but like, I'm walking to the gym, it's midday, I've got a bit of time to myself, I can do what I want to do, and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to do a podcast and then carry on working in the evening. It's a very strange thing for me. Like, it really is, especially growing up how I've grown up with like really, working class. Like my dad grafts, dude, every day he's in his garage being a car mechanic, and it's freezing, and often I'll get, not been funny or anything, but oh, what have you done today? And I'm like, I sent a few emails and like, but that is what it is these days. It's so different, dude. It's a weird headspace to be in at the moment, but I think I just need to reassess again and make sure that as long as you're ticking those little goals off throughout the day, okay, let me try and explain this as well, because this is what I've been really dealing with. It's a therapy session again, but it's like, I get up really early, so I can have a super productive morning. So let's say I wake up at 5:30, right? And I'll do an hour and a half's work before I walk the dog with my friend at 7. I'll then come back, make coffee, maybe meditate, read a book or something. So then I'll start work again around 8:30, and then I'll work till about 1. So what's that? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 5 hours. So I've already done an hour before, so we're on 6 hours, okay? Almost a working day. That space though from 1, where I'll probably go to the gym. Okay, I'll go to the gym at 1. I'll come back about 2:30, 3. That space actually is what I mean. That space there from 3 till going to bed at around 10. There's 7 hours there where I feel like I'm a let down, like I'm not doing anything. But I have done so much in the morning that I almost don't give myself an excuse in the evening to enjoy the fruits of the labour. Does that make sense? So I'll just be like beating on myself. I'm just like, fuck, you should be behind a laptop. You should be working. You should be pitching this. You should be doing that.
And then what do you do?
So
do you then get behind the laptop? Do you then do that? So that
but it's like, it's not for the right reason. Yeah, it's like, then I'm burnt out. So then it's like, I'll sit there and I'll be like, like sending half-assed things maybe to people, or get drawn in from YouTube, or make it. It's weird, dude. I think basically I just need to be way more organized. Well, I am. The thing is, I'm too organized, so so it becomes a problem when there's a problem. It becomes a problem because it's like I can't live my day any more structured and any more to the point.
Yeah. I mean, maybe that's it. Maybe structure. Maybe go easy on the structure, because at some point that becomes funny. Everything's on a scale, isn't it? Everything. Yeah. Like at some point, like structure or routine becomes obsessive, innit? Like routine becomes a fucking
it can do, man. I'm like that. Like, Emma will often say to me, I'll be like, I'm going to the gym at 1, and she's like, yeah, but something will come up, and then I'm in my own head, and I'm like, fuck, I should be there at 1 o'clock. Like, I should be there now. I don't like going at 2. I'll go at 1. Like, it really, really bothers me. But yeah, maybe I just need to let go a little bit. I don't know. It's just different thoughts at the moment. I think it's things are in a really good place with everything that we're doing with this, etc. But it's like, now you want to take it to that next thing. Well, I do anyway, because that's just how I am. Like, I can't just enjoy it. I'm like, right, what's next? Can we bring this in? Can we do that? Can we? So yeah, wow. Just need to, figure it out.
Figure it out, dog. That's the most annoying thing, isn't it? Don't worry about it. That's I can almost hear those words coming out of my mouth. I'm that guy. Hey, don't worry about it, dude. So annoying.
Yeah, you'll figure it out. Yeah.
I think there's wisdom in it, though. Don't worry about it. I think there is. I think that it is possible to overthink things and to make them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought about it loads.
Really? Yeah. So where's your head at with stuff like that? Because obviously you're going through. I probably don't give you enough credit for this. Actually, you've gone through like quite a bit of a transition as far as like being.
I'm a girl now. Yeah.
You're a girl, yeah.
Moving with the times.
Yeah, just going with the flow, man. You're just gonna enter some races. It's you have though. You've gone through like quite a bit of a thing over the last few years. You know, you didn't have a podcast 3 years ago, which is now quite a thing. Like it's a thing in the day in the weekly calendar, and it's becoming.
I look
and it's
forward to
growing
it every week. Yeah, absolutely.
It's I think we'll be probably talking more about this in the future when we've got certain things set up, but
yeah,
it is becoming more of a thing. Like it started out definitely, and it still is a lot of fun, but now it's becoming like, okay, we're doing the studio, we're trying to bring other elements to it. I am anyway, but yeah, how are you dealing with that all right? Like, do you see it as like, okay, probably something we usually should talk about off air, but like, is it like for you with your career, is there like a future in this side of it?
Yeah, too right. You know what?
Because there'll be a point, right, where you transition from just riding a bike to being. I know you are already like a media guy.
Fuck knows. Look, honestly, dude. When I say don't worry, it's not because I'm not trying to be a knob. It's because I don't worry about it. Because if I worried about everything, there's too many things. I don't worry about my career. I don't worry about where I'm going. I know I'm putting one foot in front of the other, trying to do the best I can. And I know all of that sounds really stupid, but that is... The option is there for me to worry about everything. The option is there for me to be like... I'm going to Mexico to build a street race track. I haven't done it for the whole pandemic. I haven't hit wooden ramps and jumped off the roofs of things. But when I did it before, I was just doing it off momentum. I can worry about it if I want, but it's not going to make it any easier. I'm still going to have to fucking do it. These are the things I think. I think like the worry is just like... It's completely pointless. It doesn't fuel anything. Worry to me isn't fuel. Worry is like it burns fuel. Like I like things that make me hyped. Like when I for instance, Mexico thing. I'm gonna find myself on the roof of a building with my bicycle with a helmet on. However I look at it, I'm gonna find myself there. Whether I spend, you know what I mean. It's gonna be in 10 days' time. I'm gonna find myself on top of a building. Like I can either worry about it for the next 10 days. Or I can do my best for the next 10 days. If I do my best for the next 10 days, I'm going to get on top of the building, put my helmet on, and then I'm going to, sure as fuck, do my best when I jump off it.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing, from now until then, me worrying about it isn't going to do anything. And I know that I'm probably a little bit too far in the don't worry about it category, in the not planning category, in the being present category. But I actually think that's how I want to be. I actually think I want to be like a dog with zoomies for as long as physically possible. I think I want to just enjoy it, because if you can worry about everything. You can be... It's not like Elon Musk doesn't worry.
I wasn't certainly trying to say you need to stop being dog zoomies. I definitely wasn't saying that.
No. I know you're not. But I feel like I have to defend, like, when I say don't worry about it, it sounds fucking stupid, but it's not something I haven't thought about. That's what I mean when I say don't worry about it, and I mean it to everyone. If you find yourself fucking worrying about it and like thinking, what am I going to be? I still don't know what I'm going to be. I still don't know what I'm going to be when I grow up. And if I'm honest, the older I get, the more I think no one fucking knows. The more I think the people with a plan don't have a plan. They've got a load of different words that they put together and then they try and stick to, and then they worry about it.
Yeah.
Like I
think this is what I was talking about as well. Like I had like my plan. It's almost changed without me even thinking about it.
Yeah.
It's like, I literally had this realization, like, all of a sudden, I actually now do a podcast for a living. How the fuck did we get here? It was a distribution business, which morphed into being a sales agent, which morphed into working in marketing, which now lands me at being basically a podcaster for a job.
But I think those things have happened. Those things have happened. I know that you've planned things and you've done that, but I actually don't think they're the key to success necessarily. And I'm probably going against every bit of advice that everyone ever gives. But those things, having a plan is cool, but there's more to it. There's like doing the right thing, doing it for the right reasons, being a nice person, following the things that you enjoy. Like those are the more important things. Having a fucking plan and all of this shit, For me,
Mate, I'm a very firm believer in that. I mean, we started this thing. If we use the podcast as a great example, actually, 7 years ago, with no plan of it becoming anything other than I just wanted to do it.
Just an interest, wasn't it? Yeah, and you were interested in podcasts, so
And I remember I spoke to Darren, my friend, this morning, and we were talking about a similar thing. And he was like, "I remember when I was talking to you, asking you, are you going to monetize it?" And you'd be like, "Nah, pointless. Don't want to. I don't want to. I don't like that idea." All of a sudden, obviously, it is monetized and it's a business, and I'm really happy of where it's got. But it's caught me off guard recently. I think it's just like, wow, like this is it. This is what I do. Like, and I always have that anxiety of it's gonna stop at some point. I always have that. Always, and I'll always have it. Unfortunately, I never feel. And that's why when I do step away from working and maybe I go do something I enjoy in the day, I feel guilty because I'm like, well, that means that it's going to go away tomorrow. And all of a sudden, all the sponsors are going to leave and all of a sudden everything's going to go and then I'm left with nothing. So I have that anxiety all the time, but probably need to... And
you know what I'm going to say to that anxiety?
Don't worry.
Yeah, because if it goes, it all goes anyway. I know it's not helpful. I know I'm annoying. I'm sorry to everyone listening. I'm annoying.
All right, companionship. I'm sorry, but we got to interrupt this love-filled episode to talk to you about something that I love. And also today's episode sponsor, and that is Compex. Now, I've been using a bunch of Compex products over the last couple of years, and the one that I have absolutely fallen in love with, it is the perfect fit for me, is the Fix 2.0 massager. I use it in a couple of different ways. I use it for warming up. So before I go for a ride or a gym or a run, I'll get the muscles firing, get a little blood flow going. And I absolutely love using it for that. But ultimately, I use it for after riding, running, working out to relieve stiffness, right? It has 5 powerful intensity settings. It is paired with a high stall force. Will give the intense pressure needed to help relieve the toughest spots safely and comfortably. It comes with 5 interchangeable heads, which look like that. There you go. You've got the nice little pointy one. You've got the ball. You've got the little flat one. Oh, honestly, dream. It has a rotating arm to help tailor your perfect massage. And of course, it's pretty quiet. Unlike other things which you might have in your house that vibrate like crazy, wake the neighbors up. This thing's going to go to a maximum of 60 decibels. You're going to be able to do this without waking up the rest of the street. And honestly, I couldn't live without this thing. And I'm speaking from the heart. It's ergonomic design, obviously, rotating head, speed adjustment, 5-speed settings. It's got a removable battery as well. It charges super quick, so you can always have it on hand. Personally, little pro tip here, I leave mine in the coffee table in the living room. So whenever I'm sat just chilling, maybe reading a book, watching TV or YouTube or something, I'll take the Fix 2.0 out and just massage little bits that are sore from everything from like the neck, which obviously you get super sore neck, especially from all the hooking. Legs, most importantly, iron out the legs, calf muscles, just anything where you're going to feel sore. So this thing just keeps the body firing. It makes you be able to keep doing fun stuff, right? Not only do Compex do the Fix 2.0, they also have a 1.0, which is a little bit cheaper as well. That comes in at around £200. And they have tons of other equipment for recovery, for sports performance. I urge you, head over to Compex.com and take a look at the huge range of products. And of course, it wouldn't be a dope ad read without a little bit of a deal. All right, so if you go to Compex.com, have a browse around, enter the code THERIDECOMPANION. What is it? THERIDECOMPANION, all in capitals. That's going to knock you a whopping 20% off everything on the store. And that will also knock 20% off products that are already discounted. So you're going to double discount, triple discount in some ways. So yeah, couldn't speak highly enough of Compex. That's why they've stayed a sponsor. That's why we love talking about it. And as always, we don't talk about stuff we don't love and use ourselves. So please head over to Compex.com, enter the code THERIDECOMPANION, save yourself a whopping 20% off, and let us know what you bag. I'd love to see it and how you're using it. Thank you, Compex. We appreciate you. speaking about doing things for
Don't
purely...
worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry. Purely doing things purely for passion, right? And because you want to do something. So I have just launched. It is now live officially. I launched this live companion.
Yes, dude.
Right, but things escalated as always with me. So let me give you a little brief overview of this. So originally, in the pandemic, what's up? This is literally everything we've just been talking about.
Because I know what you're going to talk about. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll do it quickly. So basically, this started through the pandemic. People were struggling, and there's all these little pieces of wisdom that I'd picked up over the years that were like nice little quotes and stuff that I think really help people. And so I started posting them on Instagram every day. I did it for 365 days. It was called Thought of the Day, and it's boring as fuck. That's why Ollie's yawning. But anyway, It was called Thought of the Day. No, you've been on a massive flight. So it was called Thought of the Day, and I collected all of these quotes in my phone in a notes thing, and it was always in the back of my head, like, could I put these on a PDF or a spreadsheet? Could I just give them away or do something with it? So basically, I found that I'd got nearly over 600 actually of these quotes saved on my phone. So I thought, right, what can I do? So I've basically narrowed it down to 200 of my personal favourites.
Nice.
I've put them into a ebook. So it's an ebook, so you can download a copy off the Ride Companion website. It's called the Life Companion. You can print. There's a few different ways I feel like people could use this book, because there's already had people asking if they could have a physical copy, have it made into an actual book, which I am going to look into. But the way I think you could probably use it is to print one off or just leave it on your phone, and it's going to look a bit like this. For audio listeners, I'm showing what it looks like. I've wrote a little foreword to it as well, which tells the story about how we ended up with this silly idea. And then basically there's 200 of these quotes. And what I think is good is if you could just read one or two a day, maybe have a think about it, write a little journal if you want, or you can smash them all out and feel smarter and wise and balanced at the end of it. I don't know. Anyway, so the Life Companion ebook is now live on site. You might have noticed loads of teasers going out recently as well. There's also a Life Companion podcast, which I've launched, which you can subscribe to right now. There's already a couple of episodes probably out. I've pre-recorded about 70 of them so far, which are set to go live throughout the year. So every 2 days, one of these quotes is it's basically a less than 5 minute. Some of them are 30-second long episode. It sort of explains where the quote came from, who it is that said it, and then obviously within the podcast there's links to the show in the show description to like a book if you want to buy the book where it came from. For example, a good one would be Marcus Aurelius quote. There's a link in the show description of the podcast where you can buy Marcus Aurelius's Meditations book. So it's been a labour of love. Recording 70 episodes has been hard. I'm going to record another 130.
Round of applause. It's so good. From concept to the
it made
podcast.
it happen, man.
It's so good. Wicked.
Whole thing about it. So it's all good. It was funny because it's literally what we were just talking about. I remember on maybe the 5th episode I recorded, I basically said it's funny that I'm sat here doing this knowing that I've got 195 of these to go, but I'm doing it not even knowing if it's going to be at the point of 200 episodes, is there going to be 2 subscribers still, me and my mum, or is there going to be 10,000, 20,000? I don't know. It's cool, man. We're stepping into the unknown. So if anyone wants a little piece of wisdom in the morning, you can listen to my voice, just saying a quote basically, to accompany your book. So it's going to be on the website now. It's £2.50. It's very expensive. £2.50, and £1 of that is going to get donated to Mind, which is a mental health charity. So every month, no matter how many we sold, £1 of that will just go direct to Mind, and the rest of the money, to be honest, pays for the podcast hosting. So it's definitely not a money-making thing.
Well, good.
Passion project. Just wanted to do it. So yeah, please, folks, if you do want to grab a copy, I know a few people have been asking. It's over on the Ride Companion website.
I love stuff like that. Now. Well done for doing it. Just from having
it's just nice
a funny
to put a
idea, something
out.
you're interested in. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, good on you. No, that's wicked.
So
Good stuff.
There we
so
go.
we've got listener questions now, haven't we, as well?
should we give this helmet away?
Great idea. Great idea.
Can I tell you my watching as well, real quick?
Yeah.
I haven't got that long. We're about to go out shortly. We've got 15 minutes.
50 minutes. All right. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so World Surf League have launched a series, and it's about Kelly Slater basically competing again in the World Surf League, and it's a YouTube series. Have you seen it?
No.
I hadn't seen it. I only found out about it today. They're 30 minutes, and it's this whole like documentary almost, like a vlog documentary of Kelly Slater.
What's it called?
I'm not sure, dude. Someone told me about it today, but it's on the World Surf League YouTube channel, and it's this Kelly Slater coming back at 48 years old, I think he is, to try and compete in the World Surf League.
Rad.
Let me find it.
I'm just.
I know.
down-
I thought straight away that's a bit of you, that, you know.
I'm just writing down Kelly Slater return to competition WSL. That's what I've written down, in case you're wondering.
Yeah. I can't find it at the moment, but I will find it. Okay.
Really cool. Sounds
Let's
good.
give this
Sounds
helmet
good.
away.
I mean, what an amazing athlete to be able to do that at that age. Incredible.
Dude, so sick.
And what an amazing
so-
helmet.
Dude, I'm a little sad to see this go, and I'm also
I am
sad
as
for the
well.
person we already drew who won it last week, and we pulled it out of the episode.
Yeah, because we didn't spend enough time. So, to those that don't know what the what this helmet is that we're talking about, we ran a raffle competition where you bought a T-shirt. The T-shirt was your raffle ticket. On that T-shirt, there was a picture. There you go. There, Davey's modelling it now on our YouTube.
Yeah, I'm
version.
modelling right now.
So there's a picture of the helmet that you could win.
Yeah.
So the idea was
Yes.
that it was the T-shirt was a raffle ticket, and you got a cool T-shirt, or one lucky person got the chance to actually win the Troy Lee
Yes.
D3 full ride companion
Custom wrap.
wrapped. It looks
And
rad,
it's sick,
doesn't it?
man. I really don't want this to go. I've had it laying around the house for a while, and it looks great on the shelf. I really,
does.
really don't want to see it go. It's actually a dope helmet.
Should we get another one made up?
so-
I think we have to for the studio.
Yeah, we're gonna have to, aren't we? So
We're gonna
it's
have
just so you know, it's Moto Shack did the wrap. My friends at Moto Shack, they make graphics for dirt bikes and anything basically. So they did the wrap. So if you do want a wrap, hit up Moto Shack. They can make your
Really
helmet
good job
look
they've done, haven't they?
like this.
It
if you
looks
want.
so cool.
Yeah, it's really nice. So basically, anyone who ordered a tee went into the draw to win it, like Ollie said. So we've got order numbers 1153, so 1203, and I'm going to film it so we can insert this little clip if that's okay, just so we know there's no scamming going on. So I'm going to film it. I'm going to hit the number generator. It's going to bring up an order number, and I'll go in, I'll look who it is, and that's going to be our winner.
Brilliant.
Ready?
Brilliant.
Okay,
Do
we're
we
going
need a
now
drum
to
roll?
the random number generator.
Hey,
If
Dougie,
you do one, yeah, do one.
add a
do
drum
one.
roll. We're gonna, yeah. He loves adding more stuff. Dougie, add a drum roll.
Here we go. We're going to go number generator now. 1201 is the order number, and it's a very recent order, and it is Matthew Taylor, size large, TRC, D4 helmet tee, but it's actually a D3. We fucked the listing up, but
Round of
there you go.
applause to Matt Taylor.
And Matt
Great
Taylor
job.
is from Burton-on-Trent in Derbyshire. Oh, Derby. Oh, it's pretty close to me.
Read
Matt,
out a bit more
there
of
you
his
go.
address, why don't you? Well done, Matt.
It's number 22. No, I'm not going to do it. There you go, Matt. You won yourself a helmet, dude.
Hyped.
Can't go wrong with that. Sick. Really cool. Oh, I'm gonna.
It does look cool.
See that
He's
go
gonna-
though, mate. I'll be honest.
I know. He's gonna have to. He's gonna have to
Really
pull it
don't want it
off
to
now.
go.
He's gonna look like he's got a cuzzy D3. It's pretty cool.
Because he did free. Yeah. Well done, Matt. Matt Taylor.
Well done, Matt. Round of applause.
Yeah, dude.
What
Alright.
next will we put on our next raffle tee? Tune in
Lambo.
to find out. Yeah, exactly. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Love to eventually
Yeah.
have Lamborghinis on t-shirts.
Oh, I wonder how many you could sell if you actually did it.
I wonder.
Interesting thought.
I'll buy one.
I'd buy one. I wonder if people who work at McDonald's keep all of the tickets. I think that was a scam, wasn't it? There was a lottery scam behind that, eh?
I mean, you would, wouldn't you?
Okay.
You would.
Yeah. Should we do some listener questions?
Let's do it. I'm just looking them up on my.
Yeah, do you want to pull from yours and I'll pull from mine and we'll just do a few? Like I say, I've only got about
absolutely.
10 minutes, I'm afraid. I'm ever so sorry.
Hey, don't be sorry. I'm sorry. That was a
Hello.
joke. That was a joke because exactly. Yeah. Right.
Oh man, I just
Just
looked
trying
see
to
if there's anything
find
else I missed. It's okay.
Dude, I've got a lot of WhatsApp groups, these days.
Oh.
A lot.
Do you think we covered
Right.
New Zealand good enough, dude? Do you think we've...
Yeah, I mean, I'm all over the place. I need to get a bit more routine back in my life so I can be better at doing the podcast. But we're hanging in there.
Yeah.
The championship minutes, we're making it happen. I'm
I'm
going to
be in the
hectic.
studio in April.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can't
Maybe.
wait.
I
Yeah,
can't
we got
wait,
it
to be
easy.
honest.
Yeah, I can't
April
wait.
should
It's
be
gonna
easy, shouldn't
really
it?
fun. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. April launch.
I've got one that I've got a good answer for,
Go on then.
and it's current. And I know we don't run free ads, but we might have to at this stage. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Right, Taki Kashmir said, would either of you rock an AG1 helmet? Or what would be your dream lid sponsor?
Ooh, he's teed it up and he's about to smash it out of the park. Let's go.
Well, first of all, I'd run AG1 on my helmet, wouldn't you? That's a cool one.
Yeah, it would be
That's
good.
a
It's
cool
nice
one.
colour. Like dark green's pretty cool, man. Like a British
It
racing
is
green.
nice, yeah.
I'd
It
have
is
all the
nice. They've got
facts
nice-
down one side too.
Yeah,
I'd have them all there,
perfect.
like 75 different vitamins, minerals, and nutrients. I'd have them like down one
QR
side
code
of
on the back takes you to the thingy. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
No, I'd run an AG1, but I can't because I actually have a new sponsor. I mean, the keen-eyed amongst us will have noticed it already, but I'm riding for, and this comes out by the time this podcast is out. The
hopefully.
announcement is there. But I'm riding for Motul for 23 and beyond.
Sick, dude.
Hyped.
Really cool. Like Tony Bow out there. That's sick.
Really cool, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah,
it's to me. I used to have a Playmobil car. I said this to the athlete manager there. I had a Playmobil car with the Motul logos on it. So to me, the logo has always been so cool. It's like a performance motor racing brand, and they're taking everything they've learned from that and now coming into the bike world. I hope I'm not prematurely announcing this, but I'm pretty sure.
I mean, it's been on your
announced
helmet.
now.
I mean, we can
It has
talk
been on my
about it,
helmet,
right?
but not why. The bike care range is why. I'll double check that we don't have to bleep this out just in case. But
Alright.
basically, Motul coming into the bike. I don't know how you say it without sounding stupid. The bike space. They're coming into biking with a load of biodegradable products with all of the technology they've learnt from years of being in racing. So everything is so dialed that they sent me. I've got all of the products here and I've been using them for ages. Yeah, really good. And I've
What's
got a
the
Motul
what's your
helmet now,
favourite
my
product?
dream
Though, let's
lid
be real.
sponsor. So my
Favorite
so
product.
I'm going to go with chain lube because it's so cool having a chain lube sponsor, and it's even cooler when you know that there's certain things. I mean, we should probably get them on as an actual podcast sponsor so we can do a proper advert for them. But there's certain things about their chain lube that isn't across the board with every other chain lube, and you just know what it's been tested on. You just know it's been tested on.
Yeah. Super
Race
bikes,
cars, motorcycles,
yeah.
super bikes. It's I don't know. There's something so cool about Motul as a brand, and so it's rad.
It's really cool, like those iconic logos too, man, that like stick
Yeah.
around. That never change. Like it never
Yeah.
changes. That Motul logo, you know it. You know what I mean? It's cool.
Yeah,
That's
it's
really
rad.
good, man. I'm stoked for you and hyped that Motul are joining the bike space. Hopefully.
Yeah, and they're doing it the right way. They're
enjoy
doing it
it.
the right way as well. It's all biodegradable and everything is recyclable, and like that. I think it's easy to criticize oil companies, for instance, but this is like a high performance oil brand, and they're coming in exactly the right way. They're coming in fully green, basically. So yeah,
Got any
I'm
teammates you can talk about?
I do have teammates, but I don't know yet. I don't know if he's announcing the same time as me. So
Okay, let's
I'm
wait.
just going to
Let's
stop
wait. Let's sit
talking.
tight.
But yeah, so my
Valentino
dream
Rossi,
lid
everyone.
sponsor is Motul.
Sick. There you go, mate.
That's my answer. I queued
Nice,
that one
I
up
like
well,
it.
didn't I? That was quite good.
Yeah, it's really good actually. Really
I
good.
forgot to mention
Like
it.
a well-oiled machine these days, aren't we?
I
Even
know,
with a
right?
delay, we can still make shit happen.
Yeah, I know, right?
Okay, let me choose one.
You've got one, yeah.
Nick G778. What's your favourite pre-ride meal? Mate, I'm pretty dialed at the minute with my nutrition. I mean, given what we've just been talking about, with days been scheduled, blah blah blah, load of shit. I'm really enjoying training at the moment. Like I'm on a bit of a mission to get bulky, get bigger, and I'm really enjoying it. Oh mate, I love my new gym. I love going in there. I love the little crew that's there in the day when I go. I've got Murray in there, who's like 80 odd years old, who I just chat to every day. We just have a great time. And I've been trying to be good with my food. So I've been it's not even a pre-ride, but it kind of is now. At the start of the week on Sunday, I made it's got like loads of veg. So like broccoli, spinach, all green veg. Some brown rice, some sweet potato, and then just some mayonnaise on it. Right now, that is my perfect pre-ride meal. It's boring, but that with a coffee.
Nice, that sounds good.
I just know I'm hitting all of the things that I need just to get a good workout in. And also, dude, I tell you what I did have the other day. Holy shit. Pre-workout. I've never taken pre-workout in my life. But have you ever had pre-workout?
Do you have the Peak Sups one? Peak Supplements pre-workout?
I haven't actually got the Peak Sups one, I'll be honest. I haven't.
Okay,
I will do
okay.
as soon as we can.
Yeah.
As soon as we can, I'll have the Peak Sups one. But I've been taking the Peak Sups protein. I ran out. I went and bought some protein from somewhere else. Unfortunately, we'll come back to that. And I thought, I'm going to try pre-workout. I've never had it before. I've heard good things. I'm going to try it. So I bought some. Fuck me, man. I had too much the first time. And I think it's the beta-alanine in it. Makes your skin itch. Have you ever had that? Where your skin's like, I was so focused. Holy shit, dude. If you take a couple of scoops of that stuff, your skin, it's a reaction that it says that it is a thing. So I was Googling it at the gym. I'm like, this is not fucking right. I'm going to have a heart attack or something. I'm Googling it in the gym. And I'm like itching like this. I'm like itching.
It does worry me.
Talk about focus though. I've found a balance now. It's one scoop in a lot of water and it's like a clean energy. But at first, man, holy, I was in there like Arnold Schwarzenegger, just like fired up. But yeah, enjoying training at the moment. Really enjoying it.
Rad.
Okay, over to you. You got a
good stuff.
Got a listener.
My pre-ride, yeah. So I guess if I was going to do like if I knew I had a massive day ahead of me, I'm going to sound really boring, but I just run like pasta. Because if you ever get into road enough, you become really aware that like those types of food, they make your life so much easier. Like if you do long days on a road bike, you really notice it if you have, if you like, I hate the term, but carb load, it really is like noticeable. So for a really long day, I would do that. But if I was just riding, I love eating just clean. So again, just rice, chicken, and green vegetables. I'm really boring. Or fish and rice. You are. I'm really, really boring when it comes to that stuff, but yeah.
I'm bad at it, but if you can food prep, so good. Because I always find myself being like, I can't bother to make that, or I ain't got time for that. So if you've just got it done, even if it's just stuff like, it's just quick, like literally rice and potato, it's good carbs, it's relatively clean, and you can just keep going with your day and not have to stop and make food or go to the supermarket and buy something that's unhealthy because you're just in a rush. Yeah. The best pre-ride meal is a meal that's accessible, easy, and goes down.
You're quite right. You are quite right. I think that's a good summary, isn't it? Yeah. Nice. Okay, I'd love to hear everyone else's pre-ride meals, to be honest, because I don't really know what I'm doing. But certainly for long uns, I always...
Yeah. I like a good porridge in the morning if I'm going out for a big ride.
George runs a lot. I run porridge quite often. George runs porridge, but she does it with water, which I think is gruel. So we have gruel,
I do it
just
with
plain Do you? Yeah.
I do.
I mean, I find
not
it
plain. I'll
it
throw
just feels
like some
just
honey in
being
it, or
stodge. Yeah.
yeah, I'll throw honey in it though, and some Nabanian, like banana and stuff. But then
Do you? Yeah.
not just on its own.
Yeah, she does it on her own. Crazy person.
God, she's
Right. Okay, I'm trying to find Lewis Craig. Are you even in NZ if you haven't been on a chopper? It's a good question. Hey, I tell you what, I felt bad because I felt like I was just. Bear in mind, I've never been to New Zealand, so all I've ever felt is like resentment towards people there. And then as soon as I get there, I end up doing exactly the same stuff as everyone that's ever been to New Zealand. I go in a chopper, I go in a jet boat, I go riding down the
you go Gorge Road.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I was unfortunately one of those guys. I'm sorry about that, but what can you do?
It's crazy. I didn't know it was your first time going there. I really didn't know that. I thought you'd have.
Yeah.
I just assumed, like you said before, like I just assumed you'd been. So,
no, it's spenny, innit? I have to get someone to send me these places to make it happen.
And that someone's Brendan Fairclough.
Yeah.
Supercross rider, Brendan Fairclough.
Oh, I love that clip. That's so funny.
What else we got? Joel Liffey. Hey up. Got any cold and flu remedies? I mean, cold and flu remedies. I've not, dude. I don't know if this is the AG one, but I'm gonna go on a whim here and say it probably is. But I've not had a cold, a flu, or anything for months. Like nothing. Everyone around me seems to get stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm all good.
Nice.
It's weird. I am
good.
pretty on it with my nutrition and eating good, eating clean, exercising. I do cold most days. I do hot most days.
Yeah.
I'm keeping the immune system firing. But one thing that is a constant is actually the AG1 in the morning, and I'm not getting anything.
That's well
Touch
good.
wood.
The dream.
So that is not even an ad. Like I don't even know if AG1 are in this episode, but honestly, that is a good one, and that basically speaks to getting good food, clean food, plenty of water. They say about cold and flu, like sweat it out. I don't really know about that, but personally, that is what I do. As soon as I start feeling a little bit off, I'll be hot bath, outside in the garden, cold tap, all over yourself, back in the hot bath, and you just get that immune system to fire, and it'll hopefully clear it through.
There you go.
But I'm weird, so don't listen to me, or just take Lemsip.
No, well, you haven't. I've got nothing. Yeah, lie down, go sleep. I don't honestly know if there's anything that, like honey and water. I don't know.
As soon as I feel
it, does it? Yeah, you're gone, aren't you? As soon as you got it,
I fight it. I don't let it get me. As soon as I feel a bit of a sniffle, I'm like, right, activate the toolkit. Yeah, I go hard, dude. I'm like,
so
right.
So you think you actually do turn it around?
Yeah, I think I can. Yeah, I'd throw everything at it, man. Like, I'll take all the supplements. I'm drinking water. I'm in the hot. I'm in the cold. I'm walking. I'm running. I'm like, you're not getting me. I'm not missing days due to this fucking shitty little virus. Like, I'm not doing it.
That's good. I've always found by the time I notice, it's already too late. I'm already gone.
Really? This is the thing about being in tune, isn't it? In tune with your body, you're like, you feel a little sniffle or a little, no, you're like, here we go. And you start going, you start activating. Maybe you feel a little bit of ache in your shoulders and you're like, oh, something's coming. Boom. Right. You're not getting me.
Yeah. There you go. I eat a lot of oranges. I get, fuck knows, I don't change anything. I just try and be healthy all the time. But I think sleep's the biggest one for me. I just think if you, And hydration, sleep and hydration. Those two things, I think.
Can't recommend the Peak Sups, multivitamin and what is it called? Electrolytes. Oh, drink so much of these. So good.
Nice. They are good, aren't they? They're very nice.
Your turn. Should we do
My
a couple
turn.
more?
Oh shit! Sorry, mate. Yeah, my apologies. Brooker MTB. My favourite time of the year is spring. Good weather and good times ahead. What's yours? Hey, dude, I'm going to echo exactly what you just said. Yeah.
Yeah,
spring.
I'm
so hyped. Yeah, spring's the best, isn't it?
Yeah. Although I do like most seasons, there's something in all of it. You just got to embrace them, I think. It's like the winter. Yeah, it's shitty, it's cold, it's wet. Get out there and do stuff anyway. There's no such thing as bad weather, just bad clothing.
Yeah, I agree.
Get out, do stuff anyway. Don't let it dictate your life that you can't do stuff. I've been really enjoying running at the moment at night. Like, historically, I'd be like, oh, it's dark, I'm not going for a run. But now, I throw my head torch on, and I go out there anyway.
Yeah.
And I repeat to myself, someone's got to run the miles, so it might as well be you.
It might as well be you, dude. Yeah, I like that. I appreciate
That's what
that.
Davy Goggins does. Yeah, you just keep going.
Just keep going. Keep going.
2-1 racing. What boring sport would you want Warner to commentate on? Tiddlywinks, for example. What boring sport would you want Warner to commentate on?
Look at the tiddlywinks! That was my impression.
Or you could do look at the shine for curling.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I tell you what, if there's anyone that can make a boring sport exciting, it is the boy, Rob Warner. The legend.
The legend.
He's good at his job, isn't he? I'm loving the street races. I'm really excited to be part of
I need to watch this last one.
They're really good. They really. I really feel like there's like something in it, you know, for Red Bull to blow this series up. It's exciting, dude. I'm hyped for it.
I'm going to make a pledge. I'm going to make a pledge to you right now and to the companionship. This next street race that you're out working at, are you racing as well? Yeah?
No.
This next racing now? Riding?
No, not racing. We just build and test it. And then by the time the race is on, we have to be there ready to bolt everything back together. So
perfect. Yes. Okay, so this is my pledge. I'm going to follow this one. Okay? I'm going to follow what you're posting. I'm going to follow who's racing. I'm going to watch the event, and we're going to actually have good conversation around that street race rather than me not watching it and not knowing what's happened. Good. And I hope the companionship come along on this journey because, Ollie, you can post a few little behind-the-scenes things on the podcast Instagram. You can see some stuff, and then we'll actually be invested in it, and Red Bull will be happy with the job you've done and that we've done here as a promotional tool.
Hey, I really like that. I really think you've done a good job of getting across the information that you were trying to convey in a concise manner, and I'd like to say thank you for that.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate you too. Right, what's up next? Right, I've got from Starkins.
It's creepier with the delay.
The delay is real today, isn't it? Fucking hell. Right, I've got one from Starkins. Yeah. If Focus made a downhill bike and you weren't forced to have one, would you want one? I mean, my answer is,
great
yeah,
question.
I'd want one, but then it might be just so that I can sell it because honestly, I don't know how many times I'm going to use it. Like, where am I going to use a downhill bike? I live in the Surrey Hills. I'd use it, I guess, on a couple of trips. I think it would be great fun to have a downhill bike to, like, I don't know, do a week in Whistler, for instance, or whatever. But otherwise, I'm not really going to use it.
Even Sam, he makes into like a downhill bike, basically, right?
Yeah, you're quite right. And he's got his Jam MX. But I mean,
Jam MX,
yeah. I don't know when I would actually use it. So, yeah, I'd happily have one. But I don't know if I really want a downhill bike that much. I've gone long enough without having one. I don't know if I really want one.
I'm loving my e-bike at the minute. I really am.
Good.
Oh, mate, like, I actually can't wait to go out biking at the moment. Like,
so good.
I love it. I absolutely love it at the minute. I'm frothing for biking.
Yeah.
Okay, one more. You can choose one if you want, if you have a good one.
From Lewis Nobbs. Are Crocs a socially acceptable choice of pre/post-ride footwear? Oh, yeah, we did have it. Sorry. Yeah, I'm all out then, dog. I'm all out. I've not got any others.
Oh, there's loads here. There was a really good one that I saw, actually, but I can't find it now.
Of course we had the Crocs.
Yeah. Okay. It's coming, folks. Bear with us. Where is it? Sorry. Okay, no, I can't find it. It was about the podcast. It was a really good question. We can't talk about... oh my god. Ugh. Okay, let's end on an absolute banger. You have to get a dick pic from another person to save your life. Of whose dick would it be?
So it saves my life? Can be anyone's.
Yeah, the dick's gonna... That's fair.
I'll do more than look at a dick pic to save my life, dude. Life is good. I'll look at anyone's dick to save my life. And you can quote me on that. It's hardly a big ask, is it? Like this is me saving my life. Watch this.
Fair. Alive. Oh, let's end on that. Oh man, yeah, that's a great one. A lot of people showing love as well. So Boyle at 91, thank you for that comment. Just wanted to say thank you and much love. So that's nice. We appreciate you all.
Many thanks for sticking with us. Next week we're going to be reporting live from Guanajuato, Mexico. That's right. We're going to be back next week from Mexico. Are you excited, Davey?
I'm apprehensive.
Wi-Fi connection's going to be
hurdles
tough.
that it throws.
We're going to give it our best shot. We're going to give it our best shot, dude. Yeah, understood.
We'll make it happen. Yeah, we'll make it happen, mate. If Red Bull can broadcast from there, you're damn right we can do a podcast from there, right?
We're making something happen, eh?
Yeah, we appreciate you all. Thank you, everyone. What is it?
Peace and love. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Oh, that was a good episode, wasn't it?
Episode. Really enjoyed that one, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the best.
I think so. It's our best work so far. Yeah, definitely. So, what should people do if they want to keep in touch?
Just there.
Yeah.
There's one there.
One down there.
I think there's one there as well.
Like and subscribe.
Thank you.